Indiana's news leader. Eyewitness News at noon starts now.
And welcome back to Eyewitness News at noon. It's 12:30. New protections are going into place today at U.S. airports to stop the spread of Ebola, while government health officials are facing some tough questions today about the cases our country is already dealing with. Customs and health officials at airports in Washington, Chicago, Atlanta, and Newark are scheduled to start taking the temperature of passengers from 3 West African countries. Meantime, a Republican House chairman says government health officials made false assumptions about our country's level of preparedness to handle Ebola cases here. Congressman Tim Murphy of Pennsylvania spoke ahead of a House Oversight Committee hearing that will take place later today. Leaders of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the National Institutes of Health are scheduled to testify. And we're keeping a close eye on Wall Street right now. Stocks are falling again. We're currently down 56 points. This was after a wicked drop yesterday, and it appears that Ebola may be playing a role in why stocks are down. So let's get some insight into the so-called Ebola effect on the market. Matt Will is an economics professor at the University of Indianapolis. He's in today to talk about this. So Matt, how does Ebola affect Wall Street?
Well, the market does two things. One, it reacts to news, and then it forecasts what's happening. So as soon as we heard this scare as far as someone getting Ebola and being on a plane, the market dropped instantly. But then it also heard the future, because we don't know. There's this big unknown factor, and the market does not like uncertainty. So as soon as this uncertainty crept into the market, you saw it plummet yesterday, 450 points. Now, it ended up the day only down about 120, or 173, I mean, but still, a 450-point drop on the Ebola information was a big hit to the market.
The Dow is headed to its 6th consecutive losing day if it stays this way. What other factors are contributing to what we're seeing on Wall Street?
Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of bad news in the economy. The Chinese economy is slowing down. There's a fear of recession in Japan and deflation in Europe. So these things are adding together to not create a very nice picture. And then the United States, there's a lot of uncertainty in the economy. The ISIS situation is causing things to get unraveled in the Mideast. So this is not good for the future of the economy. The market is reacting accordingly.
Okay, so if I'm an investor and I'm looking at what's happening there, the Dow is down 66, what changes should I make as an investor? I mean, what should I do with my investments?
Well, I tell you what not to do. Don't panic. Because let's say you were nervous because airlines yesterday took a hit. So you say, oh, I'm getting out of airlines. Guess what's up today? Airlines. So of all the investments today, that would have been a good investment. So people need to sit tight. Hopefully after 2008, you diversified your portfolio. So if you're well diversified, you don't need to be all that concerned. Just sit tight, let the roller coaster go, and you'll be fine in the end.
Of course, all of us are watching what's happening on the Dow. What's happening in Europe? What's happening with stocks overseas?
Well, Europe is in a worse situation because they have all of this, plus the fact that their economy is slowing down. Deflation, that's a big concern. I always like to think of deflation as when you go to buy a car, what if you're thinking, you know, if I wait, it may be cheaper next year. Well, that's what deflation causes. So, and that's what Europe is seeing. So that's slowing their economy even worse.
All right, Matt Will, smart guy, University of Indianapolis. Love having you coming in to help simplify what's going on with